It's Brian with Grove Towers again. I apologize for my voice today. I'm getting over a cold, and so yeah, today's video is going to be on this. This is the ASRock Challenger ITX model of the Intel Arc A380. So this is an Intel GPU, a newcomer to the market. So we've got now 3 contenders instead of just AMD and NVIDIA. We now have Intel. This is their low end. It is done by a partner, not by Intel directly. It is from ASRock, which also does some of the AMD cards, and I believe they've got some NVIDIA cards as well. I just don't see them in the NVIDIA market as often. So this does have some information on the back. It talks about the fact that it is GDDR6. It has 3 display ports, 1 HDMI. We'll look at those in a moment here. And then it is the A380 graphics card. Now, it is the ITX Challenger OC edition. It has XeSS AI upscaling, so it's kind of like DLSS type thing. DirectX 12 Ultimate capable, and it is Intel Arc 3 series. On the box you also get a label that has the serial number and things like that as well. And then on the back it's got a little bit of stuff. It talks about the minimum requirements, which states that it's 350 watts or greater power supply with 1 8-pin PCIe power connector. So it does require supplemental power. A PCIe compliant motherboard with 1 X16 slot. 4 gigabytes of system memory, 8 gigabytes or more is recommended. A 10th gen Intel Core processor and higher with compatible motherboard supporting resizable bar. An AMD Ryzen 5000 series processor, or select 3000 series processors with the AMD 500 series motherboard supporting smart access memory. So it does require a relatively new system. It may not run in my test bench because my test bench is an 8th gen i7. So we may not be able to test this out. I will do another video on that since this is the unboxing video. But I just wanted to warn you guys ahead of time, this may not work in my test bench. That aside, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we get. This ran $130 before tax, if I remember correctly. With tax, it was just barely under $150, and that was on Newegg, which I don't like, but it's the only retailer I could find that sold them. I understand Micro Center has them, but the nearest Micro Center is 6 to 8 hours drive away. So for me, it was kind of no way to do that, so I had to order it off of Newegg. It was the only Intel GPU that was available. They had the A750 and the A770 listed, but there was no inventory of them, so I couldn't buy one of those, which kind of sucks. I was looking forward to getting one of the 700 series instead, but we will make do with the A380. Let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. Now, one downside that I did notice is there's no seals on it, so it is just an open box. You have some padding, the graphics card, more padding, little paperwork. Important notice, thank you for choosing ASRock's Intel Arc graphics card. So there's that. And it looks like it's just an installation guide, so nothing serious there. So there's all of that in there, no CD or DVD or anything like that. So it's kind of modern, so I like that. So that is what's included in the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at the GPU itself. So the GPU is sealed, so that's nice, in the anti-static bag at least. Alright, so now there are indeed 3 display ports, 1 HDMI. The HDMI is the topmost port. They are all covered so that's good. The PCIe X16 finger is covered as well, so that's good. There's no labeling, no branding on that, which is kind of disappointing. MSI, for example, will put MSI on it. XFX puts XFX on theirs. There's nothing listed on this one, so there's no markings. The cooler definitely is not a high-end cooler. So it feels cheap, it looks cheap. Definitely plastic on the shroud. Looks like aluminum on the heatsink itself. I do see a 8-pin adapter is required. There's no back plate of any kind. Looks like 4 screws undoes the entire thing, so that's good. For simplicity at least. There are 3 screws for the I/O shield to be removed, the I/O plate. And so that is essentially the card. So we've got a single fan, dual slots, 8-pin adapter, 4 outputs, X16 slot finger, and overall that's pretty much it. There isn't anything else to really go over on this one. Like I said, the cooler definitely looks and feels cheap. I would not put this in a high-end build, but I do have an idea for a budget build that I may toss this into. Aside from that, there isn't really anything else to go over. The one fan looks like it should be capable of cooling the heatsink, which hopefully will be capable of cooling the card. And hopefully it will run in my test bench and we will be able to get at least a benchmark on that for the next video. Otherwise, the next video will just be, sorry, it doesn't work on anything older than 10th gen. So, another thing to consider with this card is that the driver support may or may not be good, and without being able to test it, I won't be able to inform you of the driver support. So, do keep that in mind with the next video, that driver support is going to require that they keep up to date on the challenges that go on in the driver market. And hopefully they do improve driver support. I'm just hoping that this will run on my 8th gen test bed, and that way I can get you guys some benchmark test results. Again, 10th gen or newer, 5000 series or newer for CPUs, 8 gigabytes recommended for RAM, 4 gigabyte minimum, and a 350 watt power supply. So definitely not anything high end on the power supply requirements, but it does require newer hardware to run. That aside, I do hope that you enjoyed this video, found it informational. I hope that you found it entertaining in some way. If you did, make sure you hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button that should be in this general area here, and that way you can keep up to date on our new videos and our community section. And as always, if you have any questions about myself, the product, or the channel, make sure you leave those down below in the comment section or on Twitter at TowersGray. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.